Hi everybody, good evening. Welcome to show number 71 and a tribute to Kahn. First song is called Gone, Gonna Rise Again. And if I remember right, my friend March Wells was the first one that taught me this song. So it goes like this. Granddaddy died, gonna rise again. They dug his grave on the mountainside, gonna rise again. I was too young to understand the way he felt about the land, but I could read history in his hands, gonna rise again, gonna rise again. It's corn in the crib and apples in the bin, gonna rise again. Ham in the smokehouse, cotton in the gin, gonna rise again. Cows in the barn and hogs in the lot, you know he never had a lot, but he worked like the devil for the little that he got, gonna rise again, gonna rise again. These apple trees on the mountainside, gonna rise again. He planted these seeds, but before he died, gonna rise again. I guess he knew he'd never see the red fruit hanging from the tree, but he planted these trees just for you, for his children and me. Gonna rise again, gonna rise again. High on a ridge above the farm, gonna rise again. I think of my people that have gone on, gonna rise again. Like a tree that grows in the mountain ground, the storms of life have cut 'em down, but the new wood grows from the roots underground, gonna rise again, gonna rise again. Remember the year that my granddaddy died, gonna rise again. They dug his grave on the mountainside, gonna rise again. I was too young to understand the way he felt about the land, but I could read history in his hands, gonna rise again, gonna rise again, gonna rise again. All right, the music tonight of Kahn. He's 76 years old. He was born in State College, Pennsylvania on April 23rd, 1944. When he was about 15, his family moved to the Washington, D.C. area. He went to high school in Bethesda, and then as an adult, he moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and became a community organizer. He founded Grassroots Leadership, an amazing force of nature that has done wonderful things to support folks in the Carolinas and around that region in terms of union organizing and environmental justice, social justice, racial equity, etc. So wonderful stuff. So really appreciate everything Kahn has done in his career. His singing and his music is just a part of his, kind of community organizing mission. So, funny thing about that first song, a lot of people, come up to him and think, wow, that must be like autobiographical. I mean, it sounds so real. And he points out to the fact that his dad was a rabbi and he's Jewish, and the fact that Ham in the Smokehouse and hogs in a lot wouldn't really make a lot of sense in terms of his upbringing. Also, he tells a little story about how that song came to be. That there's a story in the Talmud about an old man, a grandfather, who's planting olive trees. And the neighbors look at him and they laugh and they say, "Grandfather, why are you planting these olive trees? They won't bear fruit for 90 years." And because he tells them, he says, he's digging a hole. Sorry, I messed up the story. He's digging a hole, and they ask him, "Why are you digging a hole?" And he says, "Because I'm going to plant this olive tree." And they say, "Well, it's not going to bear fruit for 90 years. And he looks at them and he says, "Well, then I guess I'll have to plant it today." And that's that's how Kahn came up with the idea for that song. So it came from his album from 1974, which I used to own on vinyl, and unfortunately it's just disappeared. Called New Wood, and it came from that song because the last verse says, "The new wood springs from the roots underground." So, all right. I was lucky enough to see Kahn many, many times in concert in various settings, but especially at the Art Coffee House back in Ann Arbor. And I'll tell a few more stories about after this next song, which is called "What You Do With What You've Got." And got a great message to it. And I learned this originally from the singing of Bach, Trickett, and Muir. And a few weeks back, I did a tribute show to Gordon Bach. So. You must know someone like him, who's tall and strong and lean, body like a greyhound, and a mind so sharp and keen, but his heart just like a laurel, who twisted on itself, till almost everything he did brought pain of someone else. It's not just what you're born with, it's what you choose to bear. It's not how large your share is, but how much you can share. It's not the fight you dream of, but those you really fought. It's not just what you're given, it's what you do with what you got. What's the use of two strong legs if you only run away? And what's the good his finest voice if you've nothing good to say? And what good are strength and muscles if you only push and shove? And what's the use of two good ears if you can't hear those you love? It's not just what you're born with, it's what you choose to bear. It's not how large your share is, but how much you can share. It's not the fight you dreamed of, but those you really fought. It's not just what you're given, it's what you do with what you've got. Between those who use their neighbors and those who use between those who use their neighbors and those who use a cane. Between those in constant power and those in constant pain. Between those who run to evil and those who cannot run. Tell me which ones are the cripples and which ones touch the sun. It's not just what you're born with, it's what you choose to bear. It's not how large your share is, but how much you can share. It's not the fights you dream of, but those you really fought. It's not just what you're given, it's what you do with what you got. It's not just what you're born with, it's what you choose to bear. It's not how large your share is, but how much you can share. It's not the fight you dream of, but those you really fought. It's not just what you're given, it's what you do with what you've got. All right, What You Do With What You've Got by Kahn. All right, what else to say about Kahn? Lots of Madison connections for him. Many years ago, he wrote a song that I was thinking about doing tonight that I wasn't able to learn, called Clarence Kalin. Clarence Kalin is a Madisonian that many of you may know and respect and understand. He went and fought in the Lincoln Brigade back against the fascists in Spain, and was a great organizer and advocate for peace here in Madison. And I was fortunate enough to get to know him through my friend Judy Clare. And many years on Memorial Day, we would go down to the gates of heaven, where there's a memorial there at James Madison Park to the folks that went from Wisconsin to fight against the fascists and the Lincoln Brigade. So unfortunately, some of you may know it was vandalized several years ago with swastikas, but I have to say it was an honor to go and play that event, often with my band Yid Vicious. And also I remember a special occasion when I got to go visit Clarence Kalin in the hospital. I think it was maybe his 80th or 85th birthday, something special, where Judy got me to go there and play Happy Birthday for him. So, wonderful guy. Just a few years ago, I can't remember exactly when, Kahn was here in Madison, and my friend Jonathan Rosenblum said, hey, come down to the Comeback Inn, because Cy's going to be there and we're going to hang out. So just a few years ago, I had breakfast with Cy Kahn, and I can't say that about any other musician of the 70 other musicians that I've done in this series, that I can say that I sat down and had breakfast with them. So awesome guy. Union organizer, community, just great songwriter and community spirit. All right, so one more song, and then I'll talk a little bit about Aragon Mill, which is his most famous song, which I'm not doing tonight. So this next one is called Wild Rose of the Mountain, written by Cy Kahn, and I learned it actually from John McCutcheon, who's a native of Wausau, and he actually came and joined the Solidarity Sing-Along on at least one occasion. So in his honor, I wore my This Is What Democracy Sounds Like with the fist of Wisconsin. There's the Star of Madison, and that's the Solidarity Sing-Along that John came to join. So, all right. This last one is just a fun, sweet, pretty, cheerful song, because, I think that's exactly what we need tonight. So. To live, I'd surely live it over. Only walk in brand new shoes and just lay down in the clover. Only work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting. Spend my days down at the creek and every night go courting. Honey from the honeycomb, water from the fountain, sugar from the sugar cane, my wild rose of the mountain. When I think of home sweet home, it makes my eyes grow misty. Papa singing gospel tunes and Mama sipping whiskey. Whiskey from a white oak bear, sure to make good liquor. It makes the night seem twice as bright and the days go by much quicker. Honey from the honeycomb, water from the fountain, sugar from the sugar cane, my wild rose of the mountain. If I had a pickup truck, I'd fill it up with water, paint a catfish on the side and make believe I caught her. Drive it slowly down the road, try to keep from bumping. Park it down beside the creek and watch those fish come jumping. Honey from the honeycomb, water from the fountain, sugar from the sugar cane, wild rose of the mountain. Quilt, I'd fill it all with feathers. Take my Rosie by the hand and lay down there together. Oh, the days when I was young, thoughts they keep returning. Drive the winter nights away just like a log fire burning. Sing it with me. Honey from the honeycomb, water from the fountain, sugar from the sugar cane, my wild rose of the mountain. Honey from the honeycomb, water from the fountain, sugar from the sugar cane, my wild rose of the mountain. All right, Wild Rose of the Mountain by Kahn. All right, so I'm going to just say a little bit about Aragon Mill and then finish up the show. So, by far his most famous song and long-lasting, worldwide renowned song is Aragon Mill, which was also on that first album, New Wood, that I had in 1974, that had Gonna Rise Again. It's not many people who can have the claim to fame that they wrote what has become known as a traditional folk song. I mean, maybe Dylan, Guthrie, a few other folks like that. But if you go to Ireland today, you will hear a song called Belfast Mill, which is actually Aragon Mill with one word changed. And people will swear to you that they've heard, their great-grandfather sing that song, that it's been around forever. And of course, a Jewish community organizer, folk singer from North Carolina wrote it in 1974. But that's the folk process. So, of course, Aragon Mill I already did during my 50 days of 50 shows of Irish music. So I did that because it's become part of the Irish repertoire. So that's why I didn't do it tonight. So, at the east end of town, at the foot of the hill, stands a chimney so tall that says Aragon Mill, or Belfast Mill. So that's the song. So, all right, really pleased to get to do a tribute tonight to the great Kahn, 76 years old. All right, so who's up next? It's going to be John Fogerty and CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. John is 75 years old, and I'll be doing 3 of his songs: Proud Mary, Down on the Corner, and Bad Moon Rising. And that'll be on Monday evening, on the eve of the election. So I hope you can join me and have a little fun with some Creedence music. So, and I know you can sing along to all 3 of those. So, love y'all. Hope you're doing well. Hope music is calming your nerves and taking you to another place. So, I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.